Welcome everybody to Intensity Broadcasting. My name is Josh Hall. This is the Sim Wrap Market National Series playoff race number 3. This is a cutoff race here tonight. We'll be eliminating a few drivers here tonight. Let's take a look at those points coming into tonight. You see Warren Kyle Keith is your new points leader. Eric Schaefer sits back in second. Craig Lautenschlager, Cedric Hunter back in fourth. And Tony Kinnan and Josh Lokovitz 5th and 6th, and they are just above the bubble. Brad Titus, Jason Hastings, the two drivers on the bubble. I do apologize. Jacob Jorgensen and Craig Parks on the chopping block right now. Kyle Benson, Spencer Gay have not shown up yet, but they are still eligible. They both have 2,000 points each. But we will be eliminating at least 2 drivers here tonight as we get ready for our final race of the playoffs here from Texas Motor Speedway. Currently, our fastest driver on the racetrack is the 94 of Jesse Pitt. Of course, not in here for playoff points, out here having fun and trophy hunting. And right now, we see he is top of the leaderboard. Your points leader, though, Warren Kyle Keith, currently second quickest, because we have about 5 minutes left here in practice. And just behind him, we see Eric Schaefer, who runs 4th. In the speed charts right now. Sitting second in the point standings. He was pretty much safe, locked into the next round. 21. Morgan Cooper 21-22 for points, so just separates first and second. But the real worrisome drivers tonight will be drivers such as Jacob Jorgensen and Craig Parks, trying to get themselves into the next round. Finally, we've got 14 drivers set up for this tricky Texas track. And let's ride along here with more at the track. Turn number 3. The track is really different on the two ends. And through the quad oval, through the start finish line. And then turns 1 and 2, very wide. Lots of room to run high or low. If you can get your car to wrap that bottom and rotate that bottom, you can find lots of speed there. Really flies out quickly off turn number 2. Cars can get really loose there off of turn number 2 as they come down to turn 3. And notice this other track much more narrow than where turn 1. I think is the highway track out of the air of the car in front of us, because these cars definitely get tight up the end of the car. That's a lot around Texas. When you go down into turns 1 and 2, you can see just how wide it is. You feel like you can run anywhere on the racetrack. So wrapping that bottom, that white line is really where you want to be. But there is speed to be had on the high sides. This progressive right there through turn 4. Turns 3 and 4 are much tighter radius, a much narrower racing surface. And typically you see a lot of incidents off of turns 2 and off of turns 4, just because turn 2 it flattens out so much these cars get really loose up off the corner, and off of turn 4 just because it gets really narrow off of turn 4 and drivers running side by side trying to make passes down there. As we've got about 2.5 minutes left here in practice, we want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight. Whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or over on Kick, we do appreciate you tuning in. Don't forget that like button, follow, and subscribe, and hit that little notification bell so you know anytime we go live here on Intensity Broadcasting. Can't forget our great partners, including SimRap Market, our series sponsor. We saw their commercial just before we started, and we appreciate them coming on board and sponsoring the series. If you're looking for a new paint, or you try to make a paint of your own, check out simrapmarket.com. Of course, our great partners over at Butt Kicker. Butt Kicker is a well-known established leader in gaming haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker products that users feel low-frequency sounds. Their products are used and endorsed around the world by leading PC and console gamers, including professional sim racers. Check out their full line of products to figure out what's right for you. Visit thebuttkicker.com. Of course, you can also check out our great site over at intensityracing.com if you're a small-time race team looking for some swag of your own, or you want to support us or Alley Outman Weiss, get some swag of his. You can get a quote today if you're looking for yourself, or pick up some merchandise yourself over at intensityracing.com. Cedric Hunter back on the racetrack this week. Missed last week due to some injury. Sounds like he hurt his back and wasn't able to race last week. Glad to see him in the car this week. Sits back in the 4th position with 2,088 points. So he is technically on the bubble here tonight, trying to move on to the round of 8. Timothy Stubblefield out on the racetrack here tonight. Good to see Stubblefield back on the race. Haven't seen him in a couple weeks, but Stub Nation coming off of turn number 4. They're preparing for 150 laps here tonight. Here at Texas Motor Speedway. 110 laps here tonight from Texas Motor Speedway. Stages will be laps 25 and 50. And then we'll run that to lap 110. There are 5 sets of tires in tonight. There are 4 sets in the pits, and they'll start the race with, so a lot of opportunity for tire changing and try to steal one off strategy. This track can be very abrasive as the checkered flag flies here in practice. This track can be very abrasive. and can really play havoc on tires. So watch for tire wear here tonight to be a thing. As we get ready for qualifying to get underway, and who's going to be our first driver to make their way out onto the racetrack? Looks like everybody's hanging tight right now, trying to maybe wait for the track temperature to change a little bit. With the weather model that iRacing has come up with, cloud cover can make a difference. So we've seen, I've seen in my league, catching a cloud can be at least a tenth at times, depending on the racing surface. So a track like this, a hot racing surface, definitely going to be a lot slicker than maybe a couple degrees cooler. You can see our first driver making their way out onto the racetrack. That's Jason Hastings, one of our playoff drivers. Currently in 8th on the cut line coming into tonight. Looking to have a good run to lock himself into the next round. Of course, your playoff drivers will show up on the tower in yellow and on the ticker with a yellow banner, so you know where your playoff drivers are at all times. Speaking of playoff drivers, Eric Schaefer and Craig Parks both out on the racetrack right now as well, getting their qualifying attempt underway. Timothy Stubblefield just leading pit lane. Off of turn number 4, Jason Hastings' first lap is going to be good enough for the top spot for now. See his name there in gold. Craig Parks coming down across the stripe. Starting his qualifying attempt, same with Eric Schaefer, just taking the green flag on his qualifying attempt. Jason Hastings now making his way off of turn number 4. Let's see if he can better his second lap here. First lap was a 31.77. Second lap comes in at a 31.45. So that should bump him up a spot. As Craig Parks drops down a 30.99. Put himself at the top of the leaderboard. Craig Parks went to 31.40, and then Eric Schaefer just went 30.99, so to crack the 30 barrier. Parks comes down across the stripe. So he's able to better his second lap here. He does with a 31.39, so not enough to pass Eric Schaefer, as here comes Timothy Stubblefield coming to take the checkered flag on his qualifying attempt. And Stubblefield is going to currently be in the 4th position with a 31.69. You see Craig Watschlager coming down through turns 3 and 4, coming to take the green flag on his qualifying attempt. Cedric Hunter and Warren Keith also out on the racetrack in their qualifying times underway. Both those drivers just coming down the backstretch, coming to the green flag. Schlager comes off of turn number 2, down the backstretch. Backstretch into turn number 3. Watschlager currently up into the 2nd position. What can he do here? Can he move himself up here as Warren Keith goes P2? Watschlager trying to use as much of that racetrack as he can across the stripe. He's going to run a 31.06, move him into the 2nd position. As Warren Keith comes down into turn number 3, letting that car hang out through turns 3 and 4. This is going to be a fast lap here as he comes off of turn number 4. Uses all of the racetrack down to the stripe. And Warren Kyle Keith jumps up to the pole with a 30.94. Cedric Hunter also runs a 30.94. They tie for that top spot. It must have came down to the thousandths of a second between our top two. As Shane Wyatt makes his way out onto the racetrack for his qualifying attempt. So Brad Titus, Shane Wyatt, Brandon Banks, Josh Lokovitz, Tony Kivett, and Chris Bishop left to qualify. We have 4.5 minutes left before we get racing underway. You see 11 people watching at home. Again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or over on Kick. Don't forget to hit that like button, follow, and subscribe. Hit the little notification bell so you know anytime we go live here on Intensity Broadcast. And of course, don't forget to let us know who you're cheering for here tonight. We like to interact with the fans, so let us know. We'll be happy to put your shout-outs out on the stream here tonight. Shane White down into turn number 3. Comes off turn number 4. And across the stripe. Ooh, uses up as much as racetrack as he can. That's going to put him up into the pole on his first lap of another 30. Well, this one shows 30.93. My screen over here is 30.94. So jumps up to the top of the leaderboard. Does he have more in the tank when he comes down through turns 3 and 4? Ooh, a little wiggle there off of turn number 4. Use up all the racetrack. Down across the stripe. Now his second lap is a little bit slower with a 30.19, but first lap still good enough for the current pole. As we see Jesse Whittington sitting down on pit road, getting ready to make his qualifying attempt. Tony Kivett looks like he's about to come out onto pit road. He's going to start rolling. Again, still a few drivers left to qualify. A couple playoff drivers as well. Brad Titus, Josh Lokovitz yet to qualify. Really slow here going down into turns 3 and 4, trying to save as much of those tires as he can. Let's go to the racetrack, trying to get some speed. And down across the stripe to take the green flag on his first of 2 laps. Able to rotate that bottom. Keep as much speed off the corner as you can. Down the backstretch, you see not quite as abrasive and bumpy as some other tracks we run at, like California or Kentucky. Pretty smooth backstretch as it comes down through turns 3 and 4. Using as much racetrack as he can. Down across the stripe, Tony's first lap is going to be good enough for the 7th position. With a 31.45. Let's see if he's able to improve here on his second lap. Ooh, gets up into the outside wall there on that second lap, and that is going to do it for his qualifying attempt. As we wait to see if anybody else comes out with a minute left here in qualifying. And with a minute left, doesn't look like there's going to be enough time to get out there and run 3 laps. So that is going to pretty much do it here for qualifying. So before we get underway, we're going to have a quick word from our sponsor. And we are back, and we'll take a look at our starting grid here tonight. Shane Wyatt on pole. Then you see Warren Kyle Keith in second. He's just .002 behind Shane Wyatt and beat Cedric Hunter by .003. So we talked about those two being real close there on the speed charts, and you see just how little there was between them. Eric Schaefer's going to roll off from the 4th spot with Craig Lautenschlager back in 5th. Craig Parks rolls off 6th with Tony Kivett and Jason Hastings making up row number 4. Timothy Stubblefield roll off from the 9th position with Brandon Banks. I don't know where I got Orlando. Brandon Banks back in 10th. Jesse Whittington from the 11th spot with Josh Lokovitz rolling off 12th. And rounding out the field here tonight will be Chris Bishop and Brad Titus. As the field gets lined up here on pit road, I want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight. It's going to be an exciting one. Stages laps 20 and 50 in this 110 lap event. Again, this is a cutoff race. We will be eliminating a couple drivers from the playoffs here tonight. And with Spencer Gay and Kyle Benson not racing here tonight, those two are automatically eliminated from the last round. So those final 2 playoff spots are going to be, final 2 elimination spots are going to be found out here tonight. The field makes their way out onto the racing surface. We get ready to go green flag racing here from Texas Motor Speedway. After tonight, just 4 more races: Michigan, Talladega, Las Vegas, and our season finale at Homestead, Miami. So tune in here, hit that notification bar so you know anytime we go live here for the Sim Rap Racing Series. Enters turn number 3. We get ready for the pace car to make that hard left-hand turn down on the pit road. And we see the field getting ready to enter the starting zone. Green flag flies, and we are racing here from Texas Motor Speedway. Side by side into turn number 1 for the first time. Warren Kyle Keith trying to fight out on that high side over Shane Wyatt. Cedric Hunter there as well. Eric Schaefer on the high side as they come off of turn number 4 for the first time. Who's going to have the lead here? As we see Warren Kyle Keith really fighting on that high side, but Shane Wyatt's going to lead the first lap here at Texas Motor Speedway. Still side by side down into turn number 1. Keith trying to stay right there on that outside quarter panel. Upset the air as they come down off of turn number 2, trying to pitch that 27 down. Get the run up on the high side as they go down into turn number 3. Cedric Hunter coming in behind Eric Schaefer. The 77 of Craig Lautenschlager settling in the 5th position. Shane Wyatt leads that lap as well. Now Warren Kyle Keith going to make a dive bomb down to the inside. They are now again side by side off of turn number 2. But Wyatt on the high side able to keep that momentum. As Keith tries again down into turn number 3, not close enough to get that move. squad racing back here. 50 Stubblefield down on the bottom. So Brandon Banks in the 54. It's part of this battle. Trying to move forward. Of course, again, our playoff drivers highlighted in yellow on the tower. So you know where our playoff drivers are in all times. Josh Lopez tries to work it to the outside of Brandon Banks. Jason Hastings right there in front. It's not able to make that happen, but he's going to try another attempt here on the high side. It's just not going to work as our top five now started to separate themselves from the rest of the field. See Greg Lockschlager just coming off of turn number 4. Tony Kimmett sits back. He's about 10 car lengths back behind our lead group. Kind of feels a little more single file right now. Shane Wyatt trying to pull away from Warren Cal Keith as Eric Schaefer going to make a move down to the inside of Keith. Down into turn number 3. Take that spot away and move up into the second position. Looks like Eric Schaefer is pretty much locked into the next round. I started this round, so Warren Cal Keith, Eric Schaefer, Greg Lockschlager, guaranteed spots in the round of 8. As Greg Parks is trying to take a look down underneath Jesse Whittington. Those drivers right there on the bubble. Trying to get as many points as he can. Jimmy Davidson, another one who is on the bubble, not here tonight, so safe to say that Jacob Davidson will be eliminated here tonight. Has the 54 Brandon Banks right there on that bumper. Banks takes it down to the inside. Turn number 2 there, side by side. Jesse Whittington has the 71 of Greg Parks on the back bumper. Had a pass for the lead. Eric Schaefer was able to get around Shane Wyatt. Let's take a look at that pass here. Down to the inside, runs him real tight there through turns 3 and 4. Takes a little bit of air off the spoiler. Schaefer up to the lead as Cedric Hunter now battling side by side with Warren Cal. Lockschlager as well. Slides back in line. Here comes Cedric Hunter to the inside of Shane Wyatt. loses that position. The red line is back to the 5th position. Down before of Eric Schaefer. Schlager trying to run down chain one. His tires off. Top 5, just a few laps away from the stage. There's going down before Bear Schaefer. Get loose there off the border. Down to the side of the track, that was the 8th Brad Titus. Able to hold on to it though, but he's going to fall all the way back to the back of the field. Bonus point here for leading a lap. Right there on the back bumper, trying to loosen the 4 up as they come through the quad oval. He is right there on that back bumper. As they come off the turn number 2, he's going to have to look down to the inside. Down into turn number 3. Almost a little bit of contact between those two. Right there on the white line through turns 3 and 4 down to the stripe. Eric Schaefer out by a nose. Now Cedric Hunter able to clear the 4 machine. Put himself up into the top spot as we get just 4 laps away from our stage break. Cedric Hunter future new leader as they come down into turn at number 3. The rest of the field kind of split it out in big parts. Starting to run down Jesse Whittington for the 8th position. Of course, stage points mean everything here tonight. Especially for the drivers who are on the bubble. Through turns 3 and 4. Eric Schaefer's all back from Cedric Hunter. Parks down to the inside of Jesse Whittaker and move Greg Parks up into the 8th position. That's one more point for him to try to claw his way into the next round. About to lose a spot here to Tony Kivett. It works as Kivett looks down to the inside of the 21. Battle, almost some contact between the 21 and the 76 off of turn number 2. Down into turn number 3, and Tony Kivett's going to take that spot away. So we Kivett up into the 5th spot as they come off of turn number 4. Now Keith, about going to look down the inside, goes through the grass, going to get back to the inside of the 76 down into turn number 1 as the caution comes out. The end of the stage, and Cedric Hunter is going to be your stage winner. Eric Schaefer brings it home second. Craig Lautenschlager back in third. Shane Wyatt in fourth. Tony Kivett comes home in fifth. Brandon Banks, Greg Parks, Jesse Whittington, and Josh Linkovitz are your top 10. Come down pit road here. I know some of these drivers, especially drivers like Shane Wyatt, Ward Cal Keith, who burned their stuff early, they don't want to come down pit road. New tires on those cars. Cedric Hunter trying to lead them down. I'll make their way down onto pit road. It's going to be 4 tires in fuel for the entire field. And we talked about in the pre-race just how aggressive this track can be. And it looks like Eric Schaefer is going to win the race off pit road. Cedric Hunter second, Greg Lautenschlager, Shane Wyatt, and Tony Kivett, your top 5. That's really not going to matter too much as they will come to the choose. So we will be choosing on 1 to go. Here, some of these drivers have really bad tire wear. Somebody just had a 45% right front tire, which is, if you're an iRacer, you know that is not a lot of fun. That car is pushing like a dump truck. So just missed to choose because it wasn't announced there by the race control. So So here we go. Pace car is off. We're getting ready to go back. Green flag racing. Through the Geico restart zone. Green flag back in the air. Makes their way back down into turn number 1. Great jump there for Aaron Schaefer. Looking up to the high side of the 14 of Chris Bishop. Third spot. He's got Jim Wyatt right there on the back bumper. Trying to make a big round. Now Lord Pete. So we see it almost go through wide there. Brandon Banks Banks, the only non-playoff driver in this little mix right here. Meanwhile, Greg Rockschlager coming under attack from the 27 of Shane. Watkins trying to use that high lane to move himself forward, using all the racetrack, almost gets up into that outside wall. There we go. Good job. It's hard to run the high side here off the turn number 4. For the 5th position, I see Brandon Banks and Tony Kibble going right in the hat as well. This battle continues. Ooh, Logovitz really sideways up off the corner. Man, what a save. That didn't look like much, but he was completely sideways there off of turn number 4, trying to work around the 21. Josh Watkins up into the outside wall. Josh Watkins going to lose a few positions over this game. Not going to get any damage to that car, so he'll be able to continue on. So starts to the inside, he's going to complete the pass here on Watkins. Number 2. Tony Kimmett looking down the inside. Close enough to make that happen. Now he's going to take the drive down. As we are 10 laps away from the end of our second stage. Shane Wyatt has Cedric Hunter right there on the back bumper, trying to get on the inside. That spot, move up to the 3rd position. This battle is continuing between Josh Watkins and Tony Kimmett. A couple playoff drivers trying to get as much as they can before the stage, trying to get as many stage points as they can. Bishop and Jason Hastings running out for that final position. For Hastings, that's going to be a point that he needs because he's right there on the front line. He is the bumper car coming into the race here tonight. Josh Watkins works back to the high side of Craig Parks. Now up to the 8th position. I know my time is scoring says that Eric Schaefer is in the pits. He is definitely not in the pits. He's currently sitting in the 8th spot. I have to refresh that real quick to get the right information there on the screen. There it is. Behind Josh Watkins, and Watkins settles into the 8th position. Ooh, again, tags that outside wall. He's flirting with that outside wall all race long, and we're seeing just what the risk versus reward is there for that 79 machine, as he's going to lose that position that he just gained back. Fight back on the high side. As that's going on, Eric Schaefer, Craig Watchlager under attack right now from the 13 of Cedric Hunter. Just 5 laps left in the stage, and ooh, big slide there on a Watchlager. He saw him completely sideways off the corner. Able to hang on to it, so it takes too much time to the 13 of Cedric Hunter. As this battle for the 2nd position continues. Hunter trying to look down to the inside, not close enough to make that happen. Little run here down the backstretch and into turn number 3. He's going to stay tucked right up underneath the 77 of Watchlager to come off of turn number 4. And both of them slide in there off of turn 4. What a great battle here for the 2nd position. We are coming down to the final laps of the 2nd stage. Jason Hastings trying to work around Timothy Stubblefield put him back up into the 11th position. Unfortunately, still not in a position to score playoff points here tonight. So we've got Brandon Banks and Warren Kyle Keith, as Keith is trying to get another spot here from Brandon Banks. Right there on the back bumper, down the front stretch, give him a shove down into turn number 1. While that battle's going on, the battle for second continues to rage on between Craig Lautenschlager and Cedric Hunter down into turn number 3. And ooh, both of them again sliding off of turn number 4. Either one of these drivers both these drivers want to get that second position to score some match points in the stage. They both slide up off of turn number 2. Eric Schaefer is loving seeing this battle in his mirror. He just kind of run on cruise control right now as they come off of turn number 4. And the caution comes out, and Eric Schaefer is going to win stage number 2. So the stage ended just a little bit early, but it doesn't really change anything, as Eric Schaefer is your stage winner. Craig Lautenschlager comes home a second. Cedric Hunter in third. Shane White, Brandon Banks, Warren Kyle Keith, Tony Kivitt, Josh Lokovitz, Craig Parks, and Chris Bishop round out the top 10 here in our second stage. So Eric Schaefer's going to get off pit road first. Cedric Hunter setting it. Craig Lautenschlager, Shane White, Brandon Banks, they come off pit road the way they entered. We are getting ready to come to the choose. Get our choose code up on the screen for you. You see the field coming down here off of turn 4 through the quad oval. Who's going to choose where? Schaefer's going to go high, Cedric's low. Craig Lautenschlager is good. So Eric Schaefer going to restart on the high lane. Cedric Hunter down low in position number 2. Craig Lautenschlager and the 54 of Brandon Banks in row number 2. And Shane White and Josh Lokovitz in row 3. Tony Kivitt and Chris Bishop back in row number 4. And then Craig Parks and Jason Hastings back in row number 5. A couple drivers just coming off pit road. Looks like Warren Kyle Keith and Jesse Whittington in the back of the field. And it looks like Brad Titus is going to fall all the way to the back of the field. As we get ready for our restart here, pace truck getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn down onto pit road. Eric Schaefer again is going to lead him down to the Geico restart zone, where the green flag will fly. We are back racing here at Texas. It spreads out now in turn number 1. Eric Schaefer trying to get around Brandon Banks, so he's got some traffic, got some traffic. Now Cedric Hunter taking a look down to the inside as they come down the backstretch and into turn number 3. Eric Schaefer as he's going to get off of turn number 4 out in front of Cedric Hunter, and Brandon Banks right here trying to play spoiler here as he comes down. And the caution's not out. I take that back. I saw it up on the screen, but it was not out. And Brandon Banks slides into that 3rd spot. Josh Logan is up in the 5th, having a great run now, trying to hold on to that position and continue to move forward, get some great points here tonight. As Eric Schaefer continues the lead. Big push up the track there for Craig Lautenschlager. Able to hold on to it. Take a look down to the inside. Cedric Hunter now looks out to the inside of Eric Schaefer, but not quite close enough to make that happen. As the entire field starts to run single file. Still trying to make that move down inside the 7th corner. Just not quite close enough to make it happen just yet. Oh no! The 4 goes around on the front stretch. Eric Schaefer. No caution. We stay green. As we take a look to see what happened here. I already see him sideways. And I think there was a little bit of contact here. There was some contact there as we see 13 go for a ride. Doesn't take much to upset these cars, and that's unfortunate there for Eric Schaefer up off of turn. And there's the contact there between Schaefer and Cedric Hunter. Goes for the wild ride down through the grass. Fortunately, doesn't hit anything. Doesn't look like there's any damage to the car. But unfortunately for him, way back. As the 77 of Craig Lautenschlager has now taken over the lead. Happened for the pass for the lead here. We'll see the 77 get right down around the 13 as the 13 had to try to check up after the ran into the before. So Craig Lautenschlager takes advantage of that and moves up to the top spot. Got a little battle down here between Tizzy Stubblefield and Craig Parks. Fortunately for Eric Schaefer, he was already locked into the next round. And no real harm or foul, but unfortunately, it's gone all the way to the tail of the field. As the caution comes out, that's where he's more than likely going to finish. And Craig Lautenschlager continues Cedric Hunter also locked in with a win at Richmond. Drivers who were definitely locked in front of the team, right? For the 21, Watkins, who won last week on Watkins Park, and Cedric Hunter, who won at Richmond. Just on points, the 4. Aaron Schaefer going to move on to the next round. Along with the 7-7 Glen Launch. So it's just the final 4 that are not guaranteed here tonight. Continue to watch the battles on the racetrack here tonight. Third position. Working the high side here, trying to get around Cedric Hunter. He's going to run here down the backstretch to make the move, but nobody else has been able to make that high side work. But Josh Lokovic has been rather back here in good position. Gained some time on Greg Parks. Run down for that 7th stop. Everything kind of spreading out a little bit. It's going to launch longer. He continues to lead over Brandon Banks, but Banks starting to reel in that 77 machine. Continues here between Chris Bishop and Greg Parks. We'll be able to try to get into this segment to the drivers who are moving on. Brandon Banks now has a 77. Or Brady Banks has gotten around it with 77 to take over the lead as Launchlighter gets really loose there off of turn number 2. Let's take a look at the pass down into turn number 1. Just like that, pretty textbook move around the 77. We are coming to just 40 laps to go. The pit stops are going to be coming up soon. They might be able to make it about 20 more laps on fuel. Once the time tires there. The concern is anybody going to try to come a little bit more? Or is anybody going to try to maybe stretch it as far as they can? So I'm going to Timothy Stubblefield. Go back and see what happened at Stubblefield here. It looks like just pulled down. Road, and I believe, yeah, he is retired from the race. As Craig Watchon is still on the back bumper of Brandon Banks. Again, Banks not in the playoffs, just trying to play spoiler here tonight. And Trophy Hunt is right there in position to get the win here tonight with just 38 laps to go. Cedric Hunter, though, starting to work back up to these two in front. We know he's always got long run speed, and he's showing it here tonight. He is quickly catching up to the top two as Clint Watchline. Right there on the back bumper of Brandon Banks. Starting to slide around again. Starting to really slide around out there again as the track temperature continues to rise. See here the track temperature 116 degrees. Which is fairly slick for this racing surface. So these drivers are going to be sliding around here for the rest of the night as Josh Watkins looks up to the high side of Tony Kivett. I think that Kivett's going to take a look down to the low side of Josh Watkins and move up into the fifth position as Watkins tries to use that high line moving forward, but ooh, gets really loose there off of turn number 2. Great save for the driver of the 79 as our top three now. Starting to run more nose to tail as Cedric Hunter is approaching our two leaders. Cedric Hunter is pretty much there. He is right there on the back bumper of Craig Watchon. Shane Wyatt, our first driver down on the pit road for his final pit stop of the night. Which makes me think that the rest of these drivers will be coming pretty soon. Once one comes, they all tend to come. And the top three are going to stay out onto the racetrack. Wyatt is leaving pit road, and this is going to be the big thing of what the speed difference will be between Wyatt on these fresh tires. Wyatt only on pit road for 9 seconds, so it looks like he took just 2 tires. As Cedric Hunter is going to make a move down to the inside of Craig Watchon, take over that second position. Set his sights on the 54 of Brandon Banks. Hunter now tries to work on the back bumper of Brandon Banks. Turn number 2, and to put into perspective, last lap, Shane Wyatt ran in 32.73. Most of the is running 33.4s. And looks like he only took 2 tires there, so I wonder if anybody else will come down pit road and gamble with 2 tires, or if they're going to come down and get all 4. Trying to work his way back up through the field. He's the battle of Chris Bishop and Josh Watkins in front of him. And Bishop not the playoff driver, as you can see on the towel. Again, Keith locked into the next round with his win last week at Watkins, Glen. Issue there for Watkins. Gets a little loose there off of turn number 2. Worked out the time on the move out to the inside. Wasn't quite close enough. Meanwhile, Brandon Banks trying to run down Cedric Hunter for that top spot. Another driver down pit road. That's going to be Brad Titus. He's going to come down and take 4 tires and fuel. As we are quickly approaching next lap by, we'll have just 25 laps to go here from Texas Motor Speedway. Cedric Hunter leads him down off of turn number 2. He's going to pass by pit road again, and Josh Lokovitz going to dive down on the pit road. We'll get it down to speed, so our first playoff driver, Brad Titus was our first playoff driver, our first driver in the mid-pack coming down on the pit road. And now you're going to see these 2 tires, what they're able to do, as Shane Wyatt's right there on the back bumper of Craig Watkins. Consistently running over a second a lap faster than our leaders. You see him just go to the outside a lot longer. Just pull, almost like they're going backwards. Gets 2 there down the back stretch and gonna get his lap back here from 700. The big question is, when is everybody else going to come down pit road as we are quickly approaching 20 laps to go? Put himself back onto the lead lap. You see Eric Schaefer back here. He's currently 5 seconds behind Jason Hastings, and he's catching the 9th place driver. And Cedric Hunter's now pulled away from Brandon Banks and Greg Lotschlager due to the line there. So the 54.77 down as Jesse Whittington makes his way around the 14 on Chris Bishop. It's a battle for the 6th position. long, you're starting to fall off of the 54 of both legs. As they come across the stripe next time by, we'll have just 20 laps to go. Apologize for that popping up on the screen. So with 20 laps to go, Seies is still your leader. Doesn't look like everybody's slowing down. Nobody looks like they're going to come down pit road again. People might be trying to save a little bit of fuel. Not good secondaries. Doesn't sound like these drivers are saving any fuel here in this final run. Next week, we are going to move on to Michigan. Another fast 2-mile track. A lot of room for racing. We can see them 3, 4, 5 wide on the restarts. It's going to be the first race of the round of 8. You're not going to want to miss that one. Tune in here on the 13th of October for that one. Super speedway racing at Talladega, and rounding out the round of 8 at Las Vegas. Each round with a big, different disciplines of racing. We saw this first stage here, a short track at Richmond, road course at Watkins, Glen. And then here the 1.5 miles at Texas. Next week we move to the 2 mile of Michigan, 2.660 Speedway of Talladega, and 1.5 miles at Las Vegas before we move on to Homestead by Lane for our season finale on November 3rd. Now run down the 76 of Tony Kimmett trying to move himself up into the 4th position. Takes a look down to the inside of the 76. Takes that position away easily. Again, Orcal Keith already locked into the next round. So taking a point away from Kimmett there, who's trying to move on to the next round. Eric Schaefer is now around the 8 of Brad Titus, who is a lap down. And he's running down the 49 of Jason Hastings. I take that back. Brad Titus was just on pit road. After that, he has fresh tires, so that's why he's able to stay right there with Eric Schaefer. See the speed difference there as the 8 that they looked at to the inside of Eric Schaefer, and again a great rebound who, after being spun through the infield, is rebounded back into the 9th position and is running down the 71 of Craig Parks, who's coming across the stripe right now. We talked about pit stops. Still waiting for these final pit stops out of our leaders here. As Jesse Whittington taking a look down to the inside of Tony Kimmett. Kimmett about to lose another spot and another pivotal point here in the standings. He was trying to lock himself in to the round of 8. And we are quickly approaching 10 laps to go as here comes Brennan down to the inside of Kimmett. Does he have the traction to pull off the pass here? Off of turn number 4, he does. Although here comes Kimmett with a run down to the inside. A little crossover move here. Down into turn number 1. Side by side they go through turns 1 and 2. Now Whittingham is going to hold on to that 5th spot. Cedric Hunter comes across the stripe here. We got just 10 laps to go. Do our leaders have enough fuel to make it to the end? We haven't really heard anybody say battle going on here between Eric Schaefer and Craig Parks, as Parks going to lose a spot to the 4 of Schaefer, is back up into the 8th position. Schaefer is running down the 14 of Chris Bishop. Fortunately, though, Bishop looks to be about 7 seconds ahead. I don't know if Schaefer's going to have enough time to make that happen with just 8 laps to go. And Cedric Hunter out in the lead, a 2-second lead over 2nd place Brandon Banks, as the field's really starting to spread out right now. Taking a look here from the iRacing Glen. Let's see how much the field is spread out here. As Jesse Whittington's starting to run down the 21 of Warren Kyle Keith. Has a long run car for sure, as he has made up quite a few spots in the last few laps. As Cedric Hunter comes across the stripe, we have just 6 laps to go. Jesse run that middle lane here through turns 1 and 2 by a groove up. Get the run there off the corner. You see big little defensive move down to the inside as they came down the backstretch, saying if you want it, you're going to have to race me and take it on the high side. Jesse Whittington says, with pleasure. Kisses the wall off of turn number 4 and takes over the 4th spot away from Warren Kyle Keith. Just 5 laps ago, Cedric Hunter's lead is now just over 2.1 seconds. With just 4 laps to go. Craig Parks coming down pit road. Didn't look like he had enough fuel to make it to the end, so he's going to come down for just a stop and go of fuel to make it to the end. Nope, tires are going on that machine. Parks one up on playoff drivers trying to get as many points as he can here to get into the next round. Jason Hastings also down on pit road. So a couple of our drivers on the bubble coming down pit road in these final laps as we have 3 laps to go. And with that, Brad Titus has just passed both Hastings and Parks. 2 points right there could be pivotal. We have just 2 laps of racing left. Cedric Hunter with a commanding lead, almost 3 seconds over Brandon Banks. Banks with about a 2-second lead over Craig Wattenschlager. That's your top 3. Everybody else really, again, kind of spread out here. Cedric Hunter comes off of turn number 4. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go here from Texas Motor Speedway. Turn number 4, turn number 2 for the final time. And down the backstretch, coast down into turn number 3. Off of turn number 4, and Cedric Hunter is going to get the win here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway. Brandon Banks comes home second. Craig Wattenschlager in third. Jesse Whittington and Warren Keith make up your top 5. But your winner, Cedric Hunter, not really the way he wanted to win it here tonight. That's the way it happened. To the front stretch here where he's going to celebrate his win. And does he have enough fuel to do a little burnout here? Let's take a look at our final results here as Cedric was not able to pull a burnout there. So results here tonight. Cedric Hunter getting the win. Brandon Banks comes home second. Craig Wattenschlager back in third. Jesse Whittington and Warren Keith round out your top 5. Tony Kivett back in 6th. 7th was Chris Bishop. Eric Schaefer back in 8th. Josh Lokovitz and Brad Titus round out your top 10. Then Craig Parks, Shane Wyatt, Jason Hastings, and Timothy Stubblefield round out the field here tonight from Texas Motor Speedway. As we get our top 3 into the booth and get ready for interviews, we'll have a word from our sponsor. As we get ready to talk to our top 3, still waiting for them to make their way down into the waiting room. So while we wait just a moment more, we're just waiting on our third place finisher, Greg Lautenschlager, to make his way down. And first, we'll talk with our third place finisher, Craig Lautenschlager. Greg, you got Josh out of the booth. You got a copy?
Yep.
Man, great run for you coming home here tonight in third. Led a couple laps. Had a front row seat for the excitement there on the front stretch. But talk us through the race. It looked like there was a lot of tire wear out there. These cars were slip sliding around. And how close were you guys on fuel there at the end?
I think we're about 2 laps off. Yeah, the tire wear was it was extreme in terms of the numbers. The first 2 runs, I felt like I saved my tires pretty well. I didn't feel like we're burning it up as much as it claimed we were. But yeah, I kind of just kept it in it the entire race and was around there and was in the catbird seat in that last long run. But just had issues with the rear tire wear. I felt like where I thought I was saving my right fronts well until I saw the how much I wore them on that last run. But yeah, and I just didn't have enough tire saving for the to Brandon and Cedric.
Yeah, it looked like they were the class of field. Cedric, I know he's really good at saving tires, especially on the long runs. I know you said you had to save a little bit of tires. Were you having to save a little bit of fuel? I know you said you were about 2 laps to the good. Was there any fuel savings in that? Because we did see some drivers coming down pit road there at the end.
No fuel saving at all. It said we had 60, a 58 lap run, and ended up being pretty much dead on. I think if it was close, it may have been a lap, but we basically had the green light to fucking go after it.
Awesome, man. Well, again, great run for you guys here. Moving on to the next round of the playoffs, which is always the goal here. Next week or 2 weeks from now, we move on to Michigan. Totally different track, but a nice, fun, wide track. How do you like your chances there at Michigan?
I think I could do all right there. I'm not really a great Michigan driver, to be honest. Just not my cup of tea, and I don't think. But we'll try to do as well as we can, I think.
Awesome, man. Well, again, before we let you go tonight, anyone you want to thank, any shots you got to give here tonight?
No, just everyone who's still coming out to the league, I think. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congrats on the third place finish here tonight. Good luck in 2 weeks, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
Yeah, thanks. Good talking to you.
Have a great night. That was your third place finisher, Craig Lautenschlager. Let's bring in your second place finisher here, Brandon Banks. Brandon, you got Josh up the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, a great run for you here tonight, coming home second. I know you were just trophy hunting here tonight. Almost got that trophy, but it looked like Cedric had a little bit more tire there at the end. Craig said the tire wear was just insane out there tonight. Talk us through your race and your strategy there. Get yourself P2.
I don't know. I don't know much more I could have did. My right front was at 25, so I saved as much as I possibly could, riding behind Craig there for just a little bit of the first part of the run. And I feel like maybe if I can get out front and kind of, set the pace up there, I could save a little bit more, which I saved pretty good. But he's just extremely good at saving tires, and with this thing, the way it fell off like it did, it just kind of worked right into his wheelhouse. So congrats to him. He probably the best car in the field tonight. Kind of unfortunate between him and Schaefer getting into it like this. Seeing us all 3 or 4 of us. Craig was really fast to kind of race it out there at the end. It'd been a lot of fun, but like I said, we're kind of fortunate to come off with the P2, just come in here and have a good time.
Yeah, you had a front row seat to the that incident there between Schaefer and Hunter there, Cedric there.
Yeah.
What did you see there? Because it looked like there's just some hard racing and a little bit of a push off the corner.
I'm not sure if it was intentional. I don't think it was intentional, honestly. I think Schaefer might have just been trying to push it off the corner, maybe spun the wheels a little bit, and Cedric just maybe had a little bit better run. It was really hard to see because they were kind of nose to tail, so I'd have to go back and watch it. Schaefer seemed to be pretty upset about it in the Discord, but I don't know. It's you're pretty much driving it off the right rear coming off of four, and if you slip just a little bit, the car behind you will gain an extreme advantage on you. So, um, I don't know. I don't think it was intentional. To be honest with you, I don't. He was pretty upset about it. Cedric himself in the whole race chat. So I think he probably would have won the race anyway. Unfortunately, I think Schaefer had enough points to get us through to the next round. So that's good. And like I said, let him go on to the next round and see what he can do.
Yeah, with Schaefer just starting the race tonight, that was enough points for him to move on. So he is
Yeah.
one of the drivers that does move on tonight. And again, you said you had a lot of fun out there. It's always good to see. Great to see you out there tonight, Brandon. And of course, before I let you go, I didn't want to thank any shots you got to give here tonight.
Oh yeah, definitely. Just thanks to you guys for putting it on, Simrat Marketplace for sponsoring the league, and Jesse and everybody that helps put this on. I know we got kind of a low car count. It'd be nice if maybe get some of the Cup guys when they're not racing to come in here and just goof off like we're trying to do to try to keep the car count up. But we'll see. Like I said, DVR guys, struggled a little bit tonight, but we'll go on to next week, and I'm not sure if we're going to be able to race with you or not. I'm not sure if it's on a off week from us in Sunoco, so we'll see. If not, I'll if we do, I'll race with you guys to try to keep the car count up. But thanks to everybody that does everything, and yeah, we'll go on next week and have a good time.
Yeah, the next race will be on October 13th, so it looks like it is a couple weeks away.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we race in Sunoco, so I mean, like I said, if it's kind of sometimes we're just racing on the right same week and sometimes not. So, but we're not racing in there. I try to race in here to race with these guys. I like this car a whole lot better than that A car anyway. So I'd much rather be in here. But like I said, we'll see. If we're off, we'll be here. If not, then good luck to these guys in the next round.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on the runner up here tonight. Good luck in Sunoco in those races, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
All right, man. Thanks.
Have a great night.
You too.
So that was your second place finisher, Brandon Banks. Let's bring in your winner here tonight. Driver of the 13 machine, Cedric Hunter. Cedric, I know it's not the way you wanted to win it, but getting the win here tonight at Texas. Congratulations on that. But man, kind of a tough break there between you and Schaefer.
Yeah, I mean, it was just, I guess, a mistake, obviously, on my end, and I just misjudged the amount of space in the run that I got, and unfortunately ran into the back of them. Not the way I would have liked to play out. Obviously not only ruined his run at a good finish, but obviously he was in contention and had really good pace even to win the race. So, I hate the fact that I took that away from him. Obviously he's mad. He has the right to be mad. I don't blame him for being pissed off. I'd be as well. Yeah, I mean, like you said, we won the race. Not exactly how I would have liked to win it. I mean, I guess for the both of us, this race didn't really mean much, to be completely honest. So, if maybe there was slightly more on the line, it'd be more justified. But tonight, I guess, was just a smooth brain moment on my end.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was intentional. I heard you even apologizing as it happened on the race chat. So, but again, getting the win here tonight. You're already locked in with your win at Richmond. And next week we move on, or a couple weeks from now, we move on to Michigan. A totally different beast of a track. Big, wide, sweeping turns. How do you like your chances out at Michigan in a couple weeks?
I think we have a pretty good chance. I mean, we have Michigan, Talladega, Vegas, if I'm not mistaken. They're kind of three more or less, draft tracks, I guess. Like kind of, what are they called? I'm blanking on the name, but like quote unquote like less skillful tracks, I guess. More of just hopefully manage the air the right way and get good runs and stuff like that. And but I feel pretty good, I guess, about our chances. I guess I just have to perform decently in these next three races just to make the championship four. So I feel pretty good about getting there. Hopefully we don't do stuff we don't replicate what we did tonight, and hopefully don't make any enemies there in the championship race.
Well, the strategy worked out for you. I saw some drivers pit, and I thought maybe you guys were going to have to pit, but looks like you guys were able to make it there to the end. So congratulations again, just raw speed. And Man, yet I can't believe how much long run speed that car was able to hold. So I know they were joking around. I could hear the race chat. I heard them talking about the joking around about the grip hacks. I know it's not the case, but man, that car was
Yeah.
just on rails tonight. So congratulations on the win here tonight. And of course, anyone you want to thank, any shots you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, man, I want to give a shout out to my teammate Craig and Chris. They both had good runs tonight. Obviously, Craig moving on to the next round with me is pretty cool. I want to give, I guess, a shout out to Brandon as well for getting a second place finish. To everybody that showed up, to you as well for doing the broadcast, and I guess a shout out to Schaefer. I mean, more of like an apology. Sorry again, man. I didn't mean to do that. Then hopefully next week you can come out and win.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on the win. Good luck in a couple weeks at Michigan, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Have a great night.
You too.
So as your winner, Cedric Hunter, and we do have the points updated here. Warren Kyle Keith, Cedric Hunter, Eric Schaefer, Craig Lautenschlager, as we mentioned, they were locked in. They are your top four. Tony Kivitt is going to be fifth. Josh Logovitz comes in sixth. Brad Titus in seventh. And Jason Hastings will be racing for the final four spots at Homestead, Miami, come the next three races. So Craig Parks and Jacob Jorgensen both eliminated after this round, along with the other two drivers who had not shown up, Spencer Gay and Kyle Benson. So there's your top eight: Keith, Hunter, Schaefer, Lautenschlager, Kivitt, Logovitz, Titus, and Hastings. And we'll look forward to joining us again here on Intensity Broadcast, and that's going to do it for us here tonight. Of course, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. We do appreciate you joining us here tonight. Again, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or over on Kick, we do appreciate you. As always, the support is immense, and we do appreciate everything you guys do. Don't forget that like button, follow, and subscribe, and hit that little notification bell. Let us know, hit that little notification bell so you know anytime we go live here on Intensity Broadcasting. As always, as our boy Atlee Atman Wheats would say, over.